Hi, and welcome to the reading called The Book of Revelations and Self-Empowerment. This is lesson number 1. This particular card spread, I do the cards in advance so I can get a good reading or a good energy off them and just sit with it for a while, kind of contemplate and meditate on them. So when these cards came up, this is in regards to a relationship. Now, apply it accordingly. This can be common law, this can be marriage, this can be friendship, this can be work related, like with coworkers. Apply it accordingly. It's a different story for everybody. But when this particular set of cards came up, it is a very, very, very negative and a very destructive relationship in behind the scenes. So this particular energy and card combination would be something is going on behind the scenes and probably not known to the public. No one truly knows what's going on. Okay, so when I see this, I'm just going to show you the cards briefly. I'll introduce the cards and then we'll go into the messages that go with this. So this particular card is from the 1942 deck. So it's of service. The service, the contribution to society, people, groups, and the welfare of others, using compassion, generosity, state of giving, and making it purposeful. This particular card in this reading would mean one of two things. Either you need to reach out to people who are of service to you to help you get out of this situation or relationship, or you might be the helping party. You might be seeing somebody who is in a problematic situation and you might be lending the hand or offering the olive branch or helping this person, guide them into some help by public means, by public service. Now, this could actually entail law enforcement. It could be legal channels like lawyers. It can be domestic violence groups, RCMP, anything like that. And this also can include domestic violence shelters or help sources. So like battered women shelters, or just anybody who would lend a group support in a destructive abusive relationship. So take that as it lands. That will land differently and fit differently for everybody. And again, I'll just show you this card. I think I forgot to do that. So that's what this one looks like. And then the next card we have is called Reach Out. And again, that's reaching out for help, or you might be reaching out to help somebody. So I'll read this card too. Reach out. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. So reach out, ask for support at this time. Again, so you might, and this can actually be a process of isolation with this in this relationship. So chances are you're not isolating yourself, but you are probably being externally impacted to an isolation way of living. Like somebody is causing you to live in isolation. So behind closed doors, being limited to go out or maybe certain times, or being monitored by somebody else, creating an isolation situation, isolated from your family, isolated from your friends, isolated from outside sources. So again, that will be a different storyline for everybody. Apply it accordingly. And then we have the Painter. And so this particular card is depict, sublimate, attraction, form, and sensation. When I see this card, it doesn't particularly ring with most of the words, but this is kind of an enlightenment, realizing that soul's journey, that soul's path, whatever cycle you're in, that needs to come to an end. And I think you've realized it. So when I say painter, it means like painting the new part of your life, that open canvas. We need to start over. We need to take these lessons we've learned, or these experiences, this wisdom, this knowledge that's come from this whatever negative or destructive situation, and pave our way forward. Okay, so you're going to paint yourself a brand new way of living into a brand new cycle in life. It's time to clean up and clear up and get rid of this. This is a bad situation. What's going on here? And enlightenment. And so this is from the Ganesha deck. And every time we see a Ganesha are road blockers. They destroy what's ever blocking us or holding us back, or if we're having hurdles and problems and challenges, there's always an answer that comes in to help us break free of those karmic cycles. It can be karmic cycles with karmic relationships, but these bad situations. And in this card, we see the lotus flower in the background. And so every time we see a lotus flower, and it doesn't matter really what card it's depicted it in, it means that there's a hard, tough time that's finally surfaced and is breaking free. So something really, really not so good or negative or abusive, or like I said, this is a bad situation, what's going on here. it's destructive. But taking the wisdom and knowledge with you and breaking out of the chains that bind, breaking out of that isolation, breaking out of that destructive relationship or inhibited or isolation situation, getting rid of it, moving on. Something bad, and then it transmutates into something brand new and something good. So, and also the Enlightenment card. It's a card 27. So anytime we see 27, 2 and 7 is a 9. So we are working on an ending, a conclusion, a resolution, a culmination. Something that's destructive and negative needs to come to an end. And the enlightenment part is you finally realized it. The light bulb went off. Often in abusive or destructive relationships behind closed doors, which is not known to the public, often it can take a month to years to realize it's an abusive relationship. And so this card just tells me that the light bulb went off. Something has happened, that it's finally hit the point of no return. So somebody's buttons have been pushed to the point of no return. That line has finally been crossed of absolutely no return. Somebody's pushed you finally just too far. That's come to an end. Now, where I come up with this destructive, negative, maybe abusive relationship, and abuse can be in many different forms: mental, emotional, physical, like controlling, isolation, those kind of things, is because of this card. Anytime you see this card, it's got two meanings. And the one meaning, this is one of the worst cards you can get in the Minor Arcana deck. So that would mean this somebody is very controlling. Somebody is consistently getting away with something behind closed doors. So this person, I'm just going to describe the energy that comes out of this person. And so they'd be very controlling. They probably would want to isolate you in some form. So limit you from friends, family, co-workers, or limit your time going out, those kind of things. Very controlling. And someone who hoards money, controls the money, or is controlling by using money or funds. So controlling the money to control you. So apply that accordingly. That might not be the case for everybody, but chances are there's probably some sort of form in there, some way, shape, or form. It will apply. When I see this can be a sportsman. So what do I mean by that? I mean, it could be somebody who collects guns, collects knives, or collects kind of like weapons as a hobby. It could be somebody who is a hunter. That won't be the message for everybody, but it will definitely fit somebody out there. And it's somebody who would be very two-faced, somebody who is a master manipulator. They lie, create lies, rumors, gossip to twist and sway people on the outside public realm, okay? They are not true to nature, they are not authentic, and they are totally disingenuine people, disingenuine soul, okay? And this can be abusive in any way. So that, like I said, that can be mental, emotional, physical. Apply it accordingly. And this person would operate differently behind closed doors. They are completely opposite or a different person behind closed doors than if they were seen in public alone or if they were seen in public with you. And chances are, if they are seen in public with you, there would be a certain reign or a certain criteria or certain limitations or restrictions that they would put on you in order to act accordingly to what the picture or the image they want to portray to the public. So that will probably ring a bell with a few of you out there. Okay, so basically the inner works of the person, whoever's involved here with the destructive negative energy. So this person would come across as they've got it all together. They would give the image or the message that they are super confident, have all the confidence in the world. However, it's exactly the opposite. So deep down within that person, this person would lack a lot of self-confidence. They probably have none. They would lack self-esteem and they would lack inner security, but would give the illusion it's exactly the opposite. So when these people act like this, it's because it's exactly the opposite. And if they knew how they were being come across or if they were being caught on to, they would not realize how they're being seen. If they realized how they were being seen and they realized how they were acting, they wouldn't be doing it. Okay, so that's a description of the person that's involved with. Now apply it accordingly and whatever type of relationship it would belong to. So this particular reading is the day of reckoning, and let the freedom bells ring. It's like the wrecking ball, and the weak just became strong. The Amen clause has just begun. And so this particular song that comes up with this is a song by Martina McBride called Independence Day. So listen to that song. There will be a message in there for you. And I like to always discuss Martina McBride's eyes. She's got the most beautiful, 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 sparkling blue eyes I've ever seen. And it's full of clarity. It's full of answers and resolutions, things that you need to see. So it's like, leaving that clouded way of living behind and moving into something brand new, painting your own new life, painting your own new picture. And just a reminder, if this happens to be a domestic violence or a domestic problem behind closed doors, just do note that there is always help out there. So reach out accordingly, and that may be part of your enlightenment package, right? And reaching out for help, and it's public support groups, public support people, because if this is the case, there is groups and people out there to help intervene and get out of this particular relationship. Okay, with that being said, we'll just move this aside for now. And so this is something, like I said, it's something going on here within this confinements or constraints or being isolated behind closed doors. Apply this accordingly. And remember, this can be male or female. It doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. Remember, these kind of destructive relationships happen with both men and women. And it's nothing to be ashamed about. So if you need help, reach out. This, like I said, is a problem. And there's probably many things going on in the background with the person who is kind of the devious partner. And this person would do a lot of gaslighting as well. So, they would say things. And I'm just going to explain gaslighting because I've had many people say, what is that? Or what does that mean? So when you're talking about gaslighting, that means, they will say something in a moment, usually a heated moment. And then later on, when you question it or it comes up, they would say they didn't say that. And what are you talking about? And you're crazy. They try to flip it around. And it's someone who plays mind games, okay? And someone who's very, very like mind game oriented and manipulating, right? So again, this is all about the mental realm. And this will also come to a point where you'll start picking up the pieces in the background. So you may have just gotten onto the lies and the manipulation or realized what they're doing. And in this card depiction, he's always got 5 swords in his hands, and there's 2 missing. And there's 2 that he left behind. So this is going to be your ticket out. The things that he's dropping behind, you're going to pick up, and those are the facts or the circumstances or the areas that you're going to be using to be able to get out of this situation. So our example, documenting situations or recording things of abusive nature. They would be doing these things and you'd be documenting it and they wouldn't even realize it, right? And the other thing, and that plays as the ace in your back pocket. So if it ever comes to the point where it's authorities are needed or those kind of things, it will fall in your favor. This person would be very boastful and so overconfident that they would think that you would never have any idea what they're doing and you got it figured out, and now you're using their bad negative activity and behaviors basically to pad your pockets. The truth telling, the truth comes out eventually. And this person would be all about the public image. It's me, myself, and I, and nothing else would matter. So it was kind of, they will try save their public image at all costs, because eventually the truth always comes out, and then it becomes the self-implosion story. And I would caution when that happens, because they will reach a point where it becomes nothing to lose, and that get back at you being vindictive, those kind of things. This could include people who, and this is not zodiac specific, but anytime we see a swords, that's usually an air sign. So that can include a Gemini. That can include an Aquarius. That can include a Libra, but it's not zodiac specific, but it might be. And that might be somebody you're involved with. Now, the second meaning to this card, so this, like I said, it's a sneaky card, someone who's doing things behind the scenes and haven't got caught, but they are about to get caught. Or, like I said, it's kind of the day of reckoning when they get the eye opener. You've caught on, you play their own game back at them. And that's your ticket out. The other thing is, with this card, it does have a positive side on a lighter note. So when you see the 7 of Swords, that can also mean you're planning your way out. and nobody knows. So this tends to be something that's hidden behind the scenes. It's secretive. No one would know what's going on. So you might be planning your way out, getting your affairs in order, taxes, paperwork, might be, if there's kids involved, making plans or contacting public help or public health groups. And that can also be a friend, right? And no one knows. So this is being all done behind closed doors. This can be like secret. It's not secret because it's something bad. It's secret because nobody needs to know at this time, right? Going public with something would probably get a person into trouble. So planning your way out, reaching out for help, using public services and family and friends to help you get out of this situation. Like I said, this is a very, very negative, destructive situation, a relationship, whatever's going on. Now, on the other side, this can be someone coming in to help you. You might know of somebody, or somebody might be reaching out and saying, hey, you know what, I'm here to help you, reaching out to you to help you get on a new path, paint a new picture of life. And they might be enlightening you. So often this can actually show up if you go into the world of victim services. There's usually somebody on staff that would explain the situation to what's going on, and this can be the person enlightening you. It can be a friend who maybe has went through it during their time, enlightening you, or this can be just your own self-enlightenment. You might be looking up online, maybe characteristics of domestic violence or characteristics of relationship flaws or abuse, and or just articles or whatever, or maybe even YouTube videos, or someone might be helping you become having that enlightened mind. Okay, so again, I would say this has probably been going on several years, probably plus more than years than that. It's been a long duration, and again, it's someone who would like to play mind games. And, love bombing, telling you what you want to hear to get what they want, but it's only at their own best interest, right? And there might be money issues. So controlling money, someone who's greedy, okay? Okay, and so, yes, we have the King of Wands. So I just finished someone who's greedy. We got the King of Pentacles. And so this is usually an older male, and we just finished talking about being the hoarder, controlling money. And so the king, this has got to do with money, tangible assets. So this somebody might be very greedy or very protective of their financial assets or areas. Okay, and here we go. And so this is one of the nicest cards. So we have a man and a woman here. So this indicates a couple, okay? And this is the card of becoming independently stable. Or just independent or becoming single. And so we couldn't have had two better cards come out, because this is exactly what we're talking about. They're basically confirming what I've just said. And finding your way out and becoming stable and independent and becoming solid in your boots, having solid foundations, working on that. And again, this tells me right here, this is probably two storylines. This is going on. This is who you're dealing with, but this is the plan. You're out, your path out to becoming single, getting away or out of this. And the way this is looking, I thought, maybe at one point it could be something to do with professional means or job. And it still might be, but it's showing a man and a woman. So this is indicating a couple, common law or marriage partnership. Okay, and here we go. So you couldn't get better cards than this that just totally described and confirmed what I've just been saying. The Eight of Swords. This is a card of being stuck and feeling trapped, and again worrying about what might be, what might not be. So this is a very, very stressful situation. Again, these are very, very tough cards. The only one we're missing is like the Nine of Swords, which would be an additional layer of stress and anxiety, which, this is going on here. But someone's feeling trapped and stuck, and this can be also a card of somebody trying to isolate you from family and friends, co-workers, or setting time limits where you can go, controlling money. This is a card of feeling stuck and trapped. And when you see that, you see the constraints around the wrists. That's a high indication of that. Okay, so this is not a good situation. But the good thing about it, I think you realize it, and you've come to the point where something needs to be done. Okay, this is a marriage. Okay. Yeah, this is a marriage and a partnership. This is common law, something going on in the household. This is the card of marriage. This is what's going on here. This is behind closed doors, going on in a household. Okay, so I'm going to go pick from another card here. And we're going to pick two cards, one from this deck and one from this deck. And we are going to find something for a solution. So what's it going to tell us for a solution? All these cards line up with all the notes that have come out. Too many cards. And again, this is lesson 1, acknowledgement, enlightenment. This is the start. Okay, red flag warnings. Okay, so this is something, okay, so you have been noticing red flags all along. So when this card comes out, this is always an indication of big, big problems. Okay, and it kind of came, I'll take it as a reverse reading and an upright reading because it came out reverse, right? But this is red flag warnings, alert, caution. This surrounds you, people, groups, or information or details or circumstances surrounding you. You are surrounded in some fashion. If it feels off, listen and investigate and inquire. Again, this is a problem. Now, this is two things. This is you started noticing something, and you probably noticed negative behavior patterns, and so the light bulb went off. The red flag warnings have went off in your head, and now you're willing to do something about it. That's the reverse. Okay, we notice it, we acknowledge it. Now we need to figure a plan or a path out, and that is total enlightenment. This card here is also the red flag warning that it will also let you know that if something's not done about the situation, usually it will evolve into something more and more aggressive. Like it might start with this person having temper tantrums to get what they want, and when that doesn't work, they will move to empty threats. And when that doesn't work, it will elevate till it's totally, completely out of control. So, and I think you've noticed that, right? Red flag warnings, when you're not feeling good about a situation or a relationship, or when things are done and you get that knot in your stomach, or that worry or that stress or that fear, that right there is a red flag warning. Listen to that, okay? Okay, we're going to pick one from this deck. Temperance. Okay, you've had patience. So this is patience. By the time this is the card of Sagittarius. This is temperance, and you've been having a lot of patience. So you have been drawing up a resolution or a conclusion in this story to get out. And this has been going on for a while. I kind of think this plan or this course of action to get out of this has been going on for a while in the background, and nobody's known. Your family might not even know. They might, maybe the immediate family or somebody who is a trusted person, a trusted source of help, or maybe whoever you reached out to. There'd be a very limited amount of people noticing this is going on and knowing this is coming to an end. So with that being said, good luck with this, and be proud of yourself for becoming wise and having the enlightenment that goes, and finally catching on to the gaslighting and the mind games and the manipulation. Again, this person you're dealing with is got zero self-confidence. This is a self-destructive person. And this will be codependent. And what do I mean by that? So there could be a codependence, we know, that's with money and resources or those kind of things, and there's constraints around the financial or money end. But this person will unfortunately probably relied heavily on you for emotional or mental support. Now, apply that accordingly. So, there's codependency in many, many ways. This person will be hanging on for dear life, do the empty threats so you don't leave, but treat you badly, but make you want to leave. And they, for however long this has been going on, it's a codependent relationship. They will depend on you for their mental stability, their emotional stability, and to feed their ego. This probably would be somebody who has got a very, very high ego or very high opinion of themselves. And they would probably constantly need that daily feed to keep that ego at bay, where they're satisfied, or having that, basically, I hate to say this, but it would be someone who would like to have somebody worshiping their energy all the time, day in, day out. And that person probably is you until you probably get tired of it. Okay, so with that being said, that will end our reading here. And again, this is the book of Revelations and self-empowerment, and this is lesson number 1. So I can't think of a better lesson number 1 than the enlightenment and working on an ending. So if you like the reading, click like, share, and subscribe if you're interested. I'd appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And so if you're on YouTube, my other channels are Seventh Heaven Junk Drawer, and this particular YouTube channel is Midnight Bisous Tarot, and my other one is Soup to Nuts Astrology and Health and Anatomy. And my Facebook groups are Midnight Bisous Tarot and Oracle, And Midnight Bisous, C'est la vie astrology, jump into its rhythm. So subscribe and click like and click the bell icon if you like. And you can also visit my Etsy shop, Midnight Bisous Tarot and Oracle. And there's Oracle decks and dream journals, etc. on that store. And I'm also on eBay, Midnight Bisous Tarot, Oracle, and Astrology. So until we talk again, stay happy, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. And good luck on resolving this particular energy and reading. And remember, you are not responsible to help or fix anybody else. Help someone else help themselves, absolutely. But you cannot fix another. That is each and every one of our own responsibility to help ourselves and fix ourselves. You can't fix somebody else. You can't repair somebody else. That's an inner job. That's an inside job. Okay, until we speak again, take care. Bye for now.